How many citations do you really need to qualify for an EB-1A green card? It's one of the most common questions researchers and academics ask when preparing their extraordinary ability petition. The truth is, there is no official minimum number of citations required for EB-1A approval. USCIS does not have a benchmark like 50, 500, or 1,000 citations that automatically qualify you. Instead, officers look at the context, the credibility, and the overall impact of your work within your field. So what do citations actually show? A citation is evidence that other experts are building upon your work. It demonstrates recognition, influence, and the significance of your contribution to the academic or scientific community. That's why citation records are commonly used to support two EB-1A criteria: original contributions of major significance and authorship of scholarly articles in professional journals. But citations alone are not enough. What matters is how you present them, and how they fit into the larger story of your achievements. Let's talk about what USCIS really looks for. When reviewing your petition, officers will want to see that your research has received attention beyond your immediate institution or network. If your work has been cited by leading universities, government agencies, or international research teams, that carries far more weight than a large number of lesser-known citations. For example, a scientist with 200 citations in peer-reviewed journals could be approved if their findings were adopted by a national laboratory or influenced global standards. Meanwhile, another researcher with 500 citations could still be denied if most of them were self-citations or lacked meaningful impact. This shows that quality always outweighs quantity. Still, some general patterns can help you understand where you stand. In many successful cases, researchers with 50 to 100 citations presented strong supporting evidence of influence in niche or emerging fields. Applicants with 200 to 500 citations typically demonstrated national recognition, while those with over 1,000 citations often showed international acclaim. But again, these numbers are guidelines, not requirements. So how can you make your citation record work for you? First, include verified citation reports. Attach Google Scholar, Scopus, or Web of Science summaries showing your total citations, H-index, and most cited works. Make sure the data is current and clearly labeled in your exhibits. Second, highlight who is citing you. Citations from major universities, global organizations, or industry leaders show far stronger influence than random or self-references. Mention specific examples in your cover letter or attorney brief. Third, use expert recommendation letters to interpret your citations. Independent experts can explain why your work is frequently cited and what makes it valuable. A statement like, "Dr. Lee's research has been cited in more than 100 international studies shaping renewable energy policy," translates raw numbers into real-world impact. Fourth, provide context about your field. Different disciplines have different citation norms. If your area typically produces fewer publications, explain that a smaller citation count can still represent top-tier recognition. Finally, show impact beyond citations. You can strengthen your case with evidence such as patents, conference presentations, industry applications, or media coverage of your work. Together, these build a complete picture of excellence. Now, if you're not a researcher, don't worry. The EB-1A still applies to you. Professionals in business, technology, sports, or the arts can meet the same standard using other forms of recognition, such as awards, leadership roles, press features, or original innovations. Citations are just one way of measuring influence, not the only one. Let's look at some real-world examples. A biotechnology researcher with 200 citations and several papers in major journals received EB-1A approval after showing that her work was used by global health agencies. A software engineer with only 70 citations succeeded by combining his patent record, conference speaking invitations, and expert endorsements. And an entrepreneur with no citations at all obtained EB-1A approval based on international awards and media recognition for innovation. The takeaway is clear. USCIS values impact and recognition, not numbers. Whether you have 50 citations or 5,000, what matters most is how your evidence proves that your contributions have changed your field in a meaningful way.